Taurus, welcome to April. We have a special twin flame reading for you. We're going to be first starting off, not with the Lover's Oracle, which is here, but with the power of surrender. So April is the first official month of complete spring. We had spring in March. And your birth month, Taurus, is coming up. So this is for anybody who is a Taurus, who has rising or moons in Taurus, or if your twin flame or your person does, right? And we're going to be looking at some energy that's coming in, and then what you can expect. So my name's Lacey. I'm a Master Certified Ascension Coach, and I have been coaching twin flames out of separation and into reunion for over 6 years. So let's have a look at some things you need to release. Oh, well, I actually pulled 4. I thought I was going to do 3, but we got 4 coming out for you. Surrender to something. Surrender to joy. So a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and the easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. So I feel like you have been through something kind of hard, Taurus, maybe February, March brought in some challenges, and maybe you were being a Taurus, being very focused and very, very much you're like the get it doners of the zodiac. And so you were really focused and almost hyper fixated on this problem that you were trying to resolve, and maybe at the expense of your joy. And so one thing I want to tell you, Taurus, is joy gives you wings. Joy lifts you up and moves you higher into the realms of the divine. And so if you're not having a relationship with your joy, then you're going to experience your twin flame not having a relationship with that aspect either. And it could possibly repel them. And you don't want that. You don't want this repulsion energy. The next card is surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. Okay, so you are very hardworking, but sometimes you kind of think that you're alone. You're trying to solve everything and, healing in a corner. That's very typical of Taurus. Go off and heal by yourself and do it yourself to prove to yourself that you can do it. Well, you already know that you can do it, and you don't have to do it alone. You can actually have support. And not only that, but you literally can't do it alone. You need support. You require support. It doesn't mean you're a failure to have support, to have people help you. That does not mean that you're a failure. You are divine, and you were created by the divine, and the divine or God does things on your behalf for you. You don't need to move mountains. Your faith in your creator, in the power of the universe, in the power of love, is what moves mountains. You are not alone, Taurus. So stop pretending that you are. Come out from behind the curtains and take the hand of the creator and let the creator move through you. Let's see what else we got here. Surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. So you are a wonderful person, Taurus. Don't let your situation tell you otherwise. Your situation that you're in with your twin flame, whether they're not talking to you or whether maybe you're not talking to them for whatever reason, it doesn't mean that your union is broken. It's not broken. If you look at other people and maybe you get triggered when you see other couples embracing, or if you go to the Twin Flames Universe website or Facebook, you're going to see tons of twin flames getting together and having an absolutely beautiful, amazing relationship. You get to have that beautiful, amazing relationship too. It's just not going to look like everybody else's, Taurus, right? You are unique. And so don't compare where you are right now with other people. There is only your best and no one else's best that you're doing, okay? So you are doing your best. I want you to give yourself a big hug, Taurus. You are doing your best, and that is good enough. Your best is good enough. And don't let your situation tell you otherwise. All right, let's see what else you need to release in April. Surrender stress. This goes hand in hand with this one. Sometimes you surrender a thing and you get to have something in return. You have to let go of what doesn't serve you so that you can invite in what does and call in the energy. So I want to introduce you to something that my spiritual teacher introduced me to, which is a way of thinking, a way of framing things in a positive way. So rather than, oh, I'm working on control issues or I'm working on addiction issues, I want you to say, I'm releasing control and I'm inviting in this thing that I want, right? You're surrendering stress, you're releasing stress, you're not working on it, you are doing it. Do you hear the difference? I'm working on releasing stress versus I am releasing stress, right? You're doing it, right? You don't tell yourself you're not, because you are, and you're inviting joy. So stress can actually be a repulsive energy in your union, where like if you're a stress ball, your twin flame's going to amplify that stress and like it's going to come back onto you. And so if you're stressed, you really need to do some self-care and get some support and like invite joy into your life. Maybe try a new video game. Maybe you're the type of person that had parents growing up that was like, oh, no video games, no. Well, I'm sorry, but video games, if you use them properly and you don't lose your sleep over them or like play them during work time, you can actually invite much, much more joy. Take a few deep breaths in it. Exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. So this is what your energy is doing in April. You are going to be successful. Do not worry, Taurus. And let's look at messages coming in from your twin flame, who's your counterpart. All right, my twin flame's a Taurus, by the way. We got romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. So there's something about like your twin flame kind of, like if you allow it, okay? Like you've got to allow this. Your twin flame and you are inviting deeper romance. One thing I want to recommend for you, and I don't do this in every video, but for you, Taurus, I recommend something called the Romance Attraction e-course, specifically for twin flames, because you need to learn how to magnetize romance to yourself rather than chasing it, right? We magnetize, we draw in this romance that we desire rather than trying to go and farm it or get it, right? So magnetize romance to yourself right now, Taurus, and you can learn how in that e-course. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. It's time really to embrace your union. Something tells me that like you're both like kind of hurt about something that happened, and just have compassion for yourself and for your twin flame, right? Can you imagine in this picture, imagine that that's you and your twin flame holding each other, right? Like you've been hurt, but every wound can heal with the power of love. And so just surrender and just be with your twin flame, even if you're doing it first in your heart, right? Just imagine you and your twin flame are partnering right now. And there's no exceptions to that. You and your twin flame are partnering right now, and whatever you're working on, they're working on the same piece of it. And even if it means that you have to heal separately for compassion's sake, remember that that is very temporary, and the sooner that you surrender to unconditional love, the sooner that you can be together in this tender embrace in the physical, but you can actually have this right now by giving it to yourself right now. This is the next card. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Yeah, so for you, Taurus, it's kind of like this kind of obsessive thinking card. I feel like this is also a remedy for that. Like, it's important. It's really important for you to acknowledge your upsets, your blocks, your challenges, acknowledge what it is you need to work on. And to when you do that, you also must call in what you do want with your imagination, right? Your imagination is divine. When you look at other spiritual texts, and I'm not a particular denomination of Christianity or any religion, I don't associate with anyone except unionism, which embraces all of them. All of the creationist stories are talking about how the creator imagined the world into being. And that is what you can start working on. And if you feel like your imagination is rusty, if you feel like I don't know how to like imagine anything, I've been busy bailing water out of my ship, well, try the good old fashioned vision board with like a Pinterest board, or cutting out magazines. Like do the thing that people do. Like it works. But just get your imagination like kind of like pumped and ready, or even easier, go on Netflix and watch a fantasy film. Watch like something that stirs up your imagination. And even if you have like, other things like a Netflix show or like the magazine pictures, doesn't matter. You don't need to be perfectionist about your imagination. Just like start to stir it up. Okay, I know this card. Twin Flames! Your passion ignites. Your twin flame loves you, Taurus. Like, they really love you, and they're waiting. You think you're waiting for them. They're waiting for you to choose love, to choose to be with them, to see that you're worthy, and that, yes, you deserve to be with your partner, and they deserve to be with you, and there's no one else in the world that's as compatible for them as you, and vice versa. So yeah, if you're wondering about your twin flame, Taurus, there's your sign. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful April. And again, if you want to take advantage of that 50% off, go to my website. The code that you use at checkout is going to be at the yellow bar on the top. And so use that code at checkout to get 50% off of all my meditations, readings, and courses. Thank you so much, and I wish you many blessings. Bye-bye, Taurus.